Your first race can be one of the most exciting yet the most brutal experiences you can have as a runner. Now, some but not all first time runners make the same mistakes, and these mistakes can turn a fun race into a miserable one. And in this video, I'm going to give you the 5 biggest mistakes new runners make, whether it's your first 5K, marathon, or ultra, and how you can avoid them. Hi, I'm Max. I coach runners at all levels, and I've seen loads of first time runners make the same mistakes. And today I'm going to break down what to watch out for so your first race is something that you enjoy and not something you regret. Now, mistake 1, starting too fast. We've all been there, we get excited, and this is one of the biggest mistakes that loads of first time runners make, going out too fast. And it doesn't matter if it's a 10K, a half marathon, or an ultra. If you're going at a pace that does not feel comfortable at the beginning, you are likely going to pay for it later because you are putting too much effort in. So the top tip for this is run the first third of your race slower than you think you need to, because your body and mind will thank you for it later on in the race. Now, mistake number 2 is not fueling or hydrating properly. New runners will often skip eating or drinking early on in a race. For short races, this might not matter quite so much and you can get away with it, but anything over an hour, especially long distance or ultras, your energy can really crash fast, leaving you in a serious situation. So top tip here is take in calories and fluid regularly, gels, bars, water, whatever works for you, even if you don't feel hungry. Start off at about 25-30 minutes into a race, and then you should be doing this fueling by eating sort of every 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and sipping at regular intervals. Now, mistake number 3 is another really popular myth. Now, thinking you have to run non-stop. Many first-time runners, especially ultra runners, think that walking is failure and walking is not part of running an event. But walking is definitely a very useful strategy, especially for hills, long races, or really, really tough terrain. So power hiking actually saves energy and in some cases is not always that much slower. It prevents burnout and often keeps you moving faster overall later into a race. So mistake number 4, trying new gear on race day. Your first race is not the time to experiment with new shoes, new socks, gels, hydration systems, things that can cause blisters, stomach issues, or just general misery. And it happens all the time. So a top tip is to test everything in training, test it out on those long runs. Race day should feel familiar and comfortable. Now, often that means you don't just test things once. You want to test things several weeks, maybe even a couple of months in advance, so that if you need to make changes, you have the time to do so. And lastly, but by no means least, is mistake number 5. Signing up for a marathon, a 50K, a 100K, 100 miler, those races deserve your respect. Now, I've seen too many people going into these long races, signing up for them and not giving them the respect they deserve. That means you have to put in the work, whether it's strength work, whether it's hours of running. You need to treat it as though your body is going to go through an ordeal. If you train consistently, if you give the race the respect it deserves, you pace appropriately, you fuel properly, then you will maximize your chances of having a successful event. And if you don't, then you could find it is a long, tough day out. So if you avoid these 5 mistakes, your first race, whether it's short trail, half, marathon or ultra, will be a far more enjoyable experience. So drop a comment below and tell me, what was your first race, or what was your biggest mistake that you have learned from so far? And if you want, check out my other videos that will be coming up, which will include videos on fueling, pacing and gear tips for runners. Hope you enjoy.